Okay, this looks not too bad. I'm just testing the YouTube live stream. Can I hear any music? I don't know. Let's give this a try. So we're just going to do a few warm-up exercises that you can do before you start class. So we're doing an online ballet lesson in a few minutes. This is the neoclassical players doing Bach's a concerto for violin in A minor. I'm actually thinking of doing choreography to this. So I'm just going to use that as background music. So let's see what happens if that lets us carry on. Great. Okay. So we're going to start. Keep your feet hip width apart, slightly wider, a little bit wider than hip width. And you're just going to start by activating the pelvic floor and lower core, lifting up the abs underneath your belly button, lengthening the lower back and the lumbar spine. So take a plie, knees over the toes, reaching arms up, and come all the way down to the floor. Hands on the floor, place your hands on the floor and relax the head. And we're just going to figure our way through the hips, so bending one knee at a time and circling the hips from side to side. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And plie and feel your lower back lengthening away. Feel the head heavy. Feel your core activating so you can feel your tummy start to suck back towards your spine. And come all the way up. Clasp the fingers and extend up, lifting up through both sides of the waist so you feel your heels anchoring into the floor and the heels of your hands reaching up towards the ceiling. And we're going to come all the way down again, hands on the floor, take the feet back into a plank, and let's just hold the plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself to the floor, and we'll have a nice upward facing dog cobra. Relaxing the back. Feel your tummy lifting away from the floor. Glutes can be active. So we start thinking about using the muscles in the hips and back to support the spine. So it's not like totally letting your tummy go out towards the floor, keeping everything nice and zipped in. Tailbone back over your heels and stretch your lower back. And we're going to come forward with one leg at a right angle to the floor. I think I've got my sock inside out. There we go. I've got these nice fluffy socks because it's so cold. And I have a nerve injury, so I can't feel my toes. So we take a nice lunge here. So this front leg is at right angle to the floor. And you're keeping the back toe turned over and feel the hip flexor stretch on the leg that's behind you. Just breathe into that hip flexor, feeling the leg reaching away from the torso. And coming back over the front leg, so keep now the front leg is straight. You can flex your foot in the front. Try and keep the pelvis in line. So your hips are square. forward, one leg back. And now reach the heel away, hold yourself up on your hands as you try and relax the legs down. So you're keeping your weight up high and try and extend into your forward splits. Arms up if you can. Place the body down on the floor. Come over your leg. If you haven't quite made it to a full split yet, you can stay back on that knee, but try and reach forward so your body comes all the way down. And bring yourself back into lunge. Let's drop the heel down to the floor so we're in a pigeon pose. Woo. That spine of mine. How are you guys doing? So bring your back knee turned over onto the floor. What's going on with your kneecap? Try not to put any direct pressure down on your kneecap. And reach up if you can, but keeping the tummy in. So you're not letting your stomach round out, you're keeping your abs zipped in, lifting the pelvic floor right up from the base of the pelvis, through the center, behind your belly button, lifting up through the upper back. And let's swing the legs around. Take your upper leg. Find that nice right angle. I left my socks inside out. I want the fluffy bit on the inside. You can wear your woolly warm-ups at the beginning of class so you raise your heart rate. Once you raise your heart rate, you'll feel more comfortable to take off the layers. And reaching back away from that foot. Stretch the front leg, bend the back leg. Body comes over. And if you want to reach it forward and try a split, see if you can keep both hips square. So this is a parallel stretch for now. Keeping the body nice and square so the hips are in line. Like train tracks, one leg forward, one leg back in parallel lines. Try to reduce that angle on it. Keep your foot and knee in line with your hip. And coming back to the lunge, drop the heel down into a pigeon pose. And feel the stretch on the outside of your hip through your glutes and psoas muscle, your piriformis. Psoas is this one. Piriformis is on the outside. So you'll feel, if you get sciatica, that's where you feel your piriformis. Starting up there, right in the hip. So I'm going to stretch that out. Feel the length in the back of the spine. Feel your lumbar spine opening. If you want more of a stretch, you can go forward, or you can try taking this heel away from your body and pressing the shoulder and this hip down towards that heel. How flexible you feel today. Okay, let's bring both feet together. Take a little butterfly. Sitting up, trying to get your heels high so you don't tickle the feet too much, so you don't let the ankles flop out. Try and get the heels and toes still to stay together. Not opening from the back of the hips. And reaching forward. And extending the feet away from you and reaching forward one more time. Try and keep your turnout now. So you're using the top of the hips to open and to turn out. There's a little needle there. And I'm going to take a little a la seconde. Reaching forward in the middle, try your box split. And if you want to take a little froggy, find your plie position, so heels together. And then gently come down to the floor and rest on your elbows. And try and stretch into double attitude at the back. Second position, something close to second position, in between second and first. It's a double attitude. You can have the heels flexed or the toes pointed. As you get more flexible, as your hips relax, you might be able to come closer to the ground. So relaxing. And if you want to stretch out one leg and get more of a open hip on that side. And switch over to the other leg. Okay, up on your knees, see where you need it to be for your balance, if you want it to take a little bit wider, and reaching back, try and keep your glutes active, tummy in, pushing the hips up and forward. Well, I'm about to start my regular class, so thanks very much for joining us for a stretch, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao!